Pula has survived. Gladiator fights are known to have been staged at the arena from the 1st to 5th centuries AD. Construction on this site is believed to have begun during the reign of Augustus Caesar. The outer wall alone required more than 8,000 cubic meters of stone, which were of course extracted, cut, and transported to the site by hand. The outer wall is constructed of symmetrical stone blocks, as large as 2 cubic meters each. Fights between wild animals were also popular amusements during Roman time, and hunting parties roamed the vast empire and beyond to capture beasts for the entertainment of the emperors and the wealthy classes, bringing exotic and previously unknown beasts to Rome. Games held in this arena included fights between wild animals as well as contests between gladiators and wild beasts. These contests often served as public executions of convicted criminals and early Christians. In these cases, the convicted had little or no means of defense against the animals, who brutally dismembered them.
It's the only wild beast left. It's seen off all the tigers.
And for keeping wild beasts. We now invite you to sit and rest on the steps, as spectators did in Roman times, while you hear the story of the gladiators and their games. Gladiators lived in groups and were trained by instructors in special schools. These schools were owned either by the state or by wealthy private citizens. Many gladiators were desperate to escape their sad predicament in any way possible, and special military guards were assigned to watch over the gladiators to prevent their rebellion or flight. The most famous rebellion was led by Spartacus, who commanded an army of 70,000 slaves and peasants against the empire in the year 79 BC. The rebellion was crushed only with the utmost efforts of the Roman state. The expanding empire provided an ever-increasing supply of prisoners of war who were forced to become gladiators, and over time the games developed to grand proportions. From newly conquered territories, new weapons, costumes, and fighting techniques also came to Rome. Gladiators fought in the costume and military style typical of their conquered homeland. During the Roman Empire, gladiator contests were most often held in honor of the emperor and were run entirely by the state. Before the start of each contest, the gladiators were paraded around the arena in festive processions. Their somber greeting is remembered to this day. Hail Caesar! We who are about to die salute you. An announcement of the schedule of games and an inspection of the weapons followed. The contest began with simulated fights, choreographed in rhythm and using harmless stage weapons.
The warm-up act.
Yeah. Don't actually die for this bit.
After these introductory amusements, the real fights, with their deadly weapons and fatal conclusions, were announced with trumpets. The earliest games were fought in pairs, later in small groups. Gladiators who were reluctant to fight or who appeared cowardly were prodded with whips and red-hot iron bars. If a wounded gladiator collapsed during a fight, he would be prodded with red-hot iron to determine whether he was really dead. Some lucky gladiators who were wounded or exhausted from fighting could have their lives spared by the emperor or the public. Winning gladiators who killed their human or animal opponents were rewarded with palms, wreaths, or cash prizes. Gladiator contests continued in the Western Roman Empire until the 5th century, when they were prohibited by imperial decrees in the years 404 and 423.
Wow. I had no idea they were like second-class citizens.
The ones you fought?
The gladiators, yeah.
So it's just for entertainment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They weren't going to kill off anyone important. It's huge.
It's massive, isn't it?
It's like any modern day sports arena.
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
I'm sure the atmosphere would have been like a football game.
Everyone would be rowdy, wouldn't they? And
they probably had drinks on the go. And,
cheering them on.
yeah, and just instead of 90 minutes up, everyone shakes hands as take the bodies away.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Get a good view here. This is where everyone sat.
This is quite cool, like sitting here and thinking about it.
Yeah.